All right, people. This is actually a very popular topic, which is lower yellowing leaves on the papaya trees. Couple of factors. I mean, you'll look it up when you do some research. You'll see that it says diseases to nutrient deficiencies, overwatering, underwatering, and all those things are valid. But put that aside. If you're doing everything right, you're still going to get your lower yellowing leaves if you have papaya trees in containers. So as you can see, I've already taken off some of my lower yellowing leaves, and for the simple fact it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, but also it's if you leave the yellow leaves on, it kind of robs energy from the tree, on the top, just basically to cater to these yellow ones. I'd rather just take it off and just let them thrive as is. The lower yellowing leaves is always going to happen in container pots for the simple fact that they're going to grow aggressively in the beginning. And if you can see the base of this, you can kind of see what the roots look like. They're not deep rooters. They are heavy feeders. So, I don't know if you can tell by the color over here. I've added compost to this, and it rained and it soaked it in. What I'm going to do is put a little bit of mulch. What you don't want to do is make sure that you don't pass this line as far as like covering the roots, because the moment you pass this line, I've got a video where I rotted out the trunk, and I actually ended up killing the tree. You can see how clean and clear the bases of these are, so make sure you always keep it like that. Container plants are always going to get lower yellowing leaves, especially even if you're doing everything correctly. The reason that happens is because it's going to grow again aggressively, where the roots are going to grow into the pot, and it's going to basically affect nutrient uptake. What I usually like to do is overwinter these trees, and when I do that, I actually prune the roots, clean out the soil, freshen it up. They do like well-drained soil. They don't like wet feet, so you got to make sure you stay on top of that, and of course repot it. And you're gonna see that if you're a true serious papaya tree grower, like I got on these papaya tree highway, what I like to do is establish the tree very well in a pot, overwinter it, and then in the beginning of the season for the year after, I put it in the ground. And since the tree is so well established, you're more than likely to successfully get fruit. Now, I want to show you something. You see how my container plants look, okay? And I've already taken out the lower yellowing leaves. I planted some directly into the soil, and it's going to be where it's a lot different than what you just saw in container plants. When you have it directly in the ground, very, very, very rare that you'll have lower yellowing leaves unless you have a big problem with your soil system. But look at this. I planted this one directly into the ground, and there's absolutely no lower yellowing leaves. The leaves are gigantic. The trunk looks very healthy. The leaves look great. I mean, everything's just perfect. So this one grew directly from the ground. I'm not banking on getting papayas this year, for the simple fact that it's a little late in the season. But I will do my best to try to work with the container plants and then put them directly into the soil. So I'm basically in the process of moving, which is why I've taken down the entire garden I got over here. And whatever container plants over there I've got, I'm basically taking them to the new property and putting them in my land, because I don't own this land, but I own the territory over there, which is great. I can put my trees in the ground. But just keep in mind, whatever experience or lower yellowing leaves you have, do not panic. It's not a big deal. Just take them off, and don't overwater your plants. They do like a lot of water, but don't underwater them either, and make sure that you are adding nutrients accordingly. I don't like to use fertilizers from the store like Walmart or Lowe's. I actually use compost. I've got like 15 compost bins, and what I do is I just add that on, and then I've got a pile of mulch on the other side of the property, and I just basically cover that up. But just keep in mind, very, very importantly, do not go above the line, because you will kill your tree. You will rot out the trunk, and Also too, I have a video where I've have a video of a very large, very well established tree in container, and then I took out the plant from the container so you can actually see what the roots look like. If you're curious about what they look like, I'm gonna post that video in the description of this one, and I'm also gonna post the video of the tree that I killed. I've got videos of when I overwintered these trees. I've done it before, and I've had some nice papayas the year after. But the way I did it, again, I established them in the pots, I overwintered them, and then I brought them back out. But don't water them throughout the entire winter. That's also very important, because they're in dormancy, and if you water them while they're overwintered, I mean, it's literally like you're taking care of a dead tree. It looks like it almost. But once you bring them back outside in the spring, I mean, they come back to life. And if you're putting them directly in the ground, that's going to be beneficial for you. Just make sure you have healthy soil and the ground is conditioned very well. But that's all I got for this video. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and we will talk soon.